Hi, everyone. Mitch from sportschatplace.com and pickdogs.com. And it is Monday, July 27th, 2020. Here with your live show. Of course, we're live 7 days a week, 365 days a year, rain or shine. We got myself, we got Steve Monahan, and the Puck Dogs here. Man, I hate Mondays to begin with. It's weird. I don't go to an office. I don't do any of those things. I still always just hate Mondays. And, of course, today's Monday news is real miserable. As we knew, Major League Baseball was not the league to lead us out of the corona pandemic. It should have been the NBA from day one, and I think the NBA is still going to go. I think Major League Baseball, I think the season is pretty much hanging in the balance here. They're going to have to figure something out and figure something out fast. My guess is that we see a pause in the Major League Baseball season. I think they test everyone, regroup, and go to some sort of bubble environment and finish this thing out. I know the Players Association, it's going to be a bear, it's going to be a battle or whatever, but at the end of the day, these guys are as greedy as it comes, and if it means getting an extra dollar, that they have to go an inch out of their way so the fans can watch baseball, maybe they'll actually do it, and it's like, we'll have to see exactly what happens, but I understand if I'm the Yankees, I don't want to go into that Marlins locker room right now, and if I'm the Marlins, this is just, precaution, to not go anywhere. I think, everyone's like, well, we need to see what happens, You have to remember that everyone is being tested all the time. So it's not like it's spread across all the teams. It's not like it's all, it's spread all over the place. I was watching ESPN before I came on here, and I got to just say, Max Kellerman is an absolute drama queen, man. What a whining little bitch this guy is. I mean, seriously, this guy is the type of guy that it's like he won't go outside if it's drizzling. I mean, seriously, man. What a pathetic person he is. What a pathetic, whining little bitch Max Kellerman is. Anyway, speaking about whining bitches, I'm going to bring in Rod and Chris and Steve. And, I don't even know what to say about, what's going on in the world today. But good morning, guys. How you doing?
Good morning.
I just think that Max Kellerman is the I think that people that start talking after the fact, kind of like guys that say, I knew they were gonna win, all things like that. I hate those people, I hate those people. Those are not our people, and it's like I'm beside myself and I have nothing really to say there. How about you guys? Chris, any thoughts on this stoppage or of these games being canceled?
I mean, it's unfortunate, obviously, because this is something that we were all looking forward to coming back, and I mean, it goes to show you that the bubble's the ideal theory of how to get everything back to normal, but you're still going to have hiccups, and it's just a matter of trying to figure them out along the way, and we're going to see how Major League Baseball figures it out, whether it means another pause, like you said, or they just keep rolling with the punches. I agree with you. I do think they're going to pause as well, but we're going to have to see.
Rod?
Yeah, I agree. And of course you're going to have little glitches here and there, but so did the UFC, and they dealt with it quite fine and have continued to keep rolling right along.
But this is the Major League Baseball Players Association we're talking about. This is not UFC where the guys actually like their sport. Steve?
Yeah. I mean, I absolutely think there's going to be a pause. I mean, I woke up to this news this morning, and then the Yankees, Phillies game just got postponed. But yeah, they're going to have to restart. And as far as a bubble environment goes, this is Major League Baseball we're talking about. I mean, I don't know how they're going to pull that off unless I just don't know logistically, like a quote-unquote bubble environment, how that would work for Major League Baseball.
It would be seriously easy to do for Major League Baseball. It could be very, very easy to what they're doing in the NHL or with the two thing, American League and National League. I mean, how freaking hard is this? And then the other possibility is just one bubble. We're talking baseball stadiums. We're not talking about fans. in the stands. We're not talking about having to have these huge concessions, parking, and all of those things like that. We're talking about a baseball game. So all you need is a field, okay? All you need is a field. Trust me, I did it. I was a kid. Trust me, we did it. I'm telling you. In college, what did we do, Steve? When we felt like playing baseball, we walked over to the high school, right? We walked over to the high school. We walked out onto the field. I brought a glove. We got a couple bats, guys.
I know.
Couple cases of beer and some bong hits, and we went out and played some baseball like everybody else. And I think this is, how hard is this? I mean, you pick
hard because you made that point that it's the Players Association that they're dealing with here.
It's just unbelievable.
Good luck negotiating this.
Now, I think when we look at the thing and the whining that we're hearing on TV, right? The oh my God, the sky is falling, right? Okay, let's reel it in a little bit. Let's reel it in and look at the reality of what we have here, okay? The reality is that one player on the team got infected, okay? She did something that kind of probably went outside of the normal thing here, okay? And he got infected, and he infected some of the people around him, okay? Everybody in baseball is being tested. They're all being tested. Nobody else is testing positive, right? Nobody else. We're not hearing about the Mariners and the Astros, right? We're not hearing about that. We're not hearing about the Brewers, the Cubs. We're not hearing any of these other teams, right? The Reds, Tigers, Royals, right? We can go on, right? There's 30 of them, right? One team has been affected, 14 people, right? It was the starting pitcher, so, obviously, we're going to see what happens. Because this guy, right, here's the drama queen scenario, right? Let's take it right at the drama queens here, okay? Let's call it what it is, okay? This guy who had corona threw the ball, you hit a foul ball, and the other guy caught it, okay? So the corona ball came out of his hand, it hit your bat. Okay? You took that bat, you walked into the dugout. You don't have corona. I don't know. you guys tell me. I mean, you tell me. I don't understand. Okay, all the guys on the field are wearing masks, okay? So what we're saying now, and when they're in the dugout, when they're everywhere else, there's all these masks, the managers wearing masks, all this stuff, right? So the masks don't work? So we're all wearing masks for no reason at all? Then, okay, it can't be both. Can't be both. It's just so frustrating. It's not like I'm mad that people got corona. This happens. This isn't like carelessness. This wasn't like, doing something stupid, This is like you got sick, it happens, But man, be consistent, Be consistent. And I'm not seeing consistency in this at all. And in the commentary I heard from Max Kellerman on TV, he should be fired from ESPN. Fired. I mean, what a moron. I told you so. I mean, seriously, man. I'm going to go tell your mother. Anyways, speaking about telling your mother, Ruffalo, what about yesterday? Some more upsets. The Mariners getting on the board for Zawacki up there in the upper corner. Yeah. There goes the 0-14.
Yeah. It definitely wasn't. Well, yeah. Kikuchi got rocked there in the middle, but they held in there.
They did hang in there. It just goes to show you, the very best teams lose 62 times a year. The best of the best lose 60 times a year, which means the not so best of the best lose 70 times a year, right? And then, the good teams lose 70 times a year. The best teams lose 62 times a year. And the worst teams still win 60, 70 games a year, So it has to happen sometime, It has to happen. It only makes perfect sense. Speaking about perfect sense, we got the A's up against the Angels to kick it off this afternoon. If we do have baseball, Chris Bassett on the mound against Griffin Canning. This might be the last Major League Baseball game of the season if they get this thing going. I mean, you got to remember, today could be the last day, the way that the Players Association works. The good news is, for us as sports fans, is that NBA will start inside the bubble, and NHL will start too. So most people don't care about baseball. We're only interested in it this much. You know, I like baseball better than some of these other sports, but let's face it, it's about number 5 in the pecking order, right, of things, in the grand scheme of things. So NBA and NHL will carry us through to NFL, and NFL has time to adjust to somewhat of a bubble environment. And like I just explained my baseball scenario, which is not that difficult, the NFL could do something very similar with the NFC and the AFC, and even go even more granular than that because they only play once a week and it's 16 games. You can go even more granular and split the league into 4 divisions where they only play teams within your division, right? Twice. You split it 8. You know, this is what, 32 teams. So you got, you know, well, you'd have to play yourself for that scenario to work, but. We're not going to go there. We're not going to go into that scenario. But anyways, maybe 2 teams could play each other 3 times, whatever. You can go to a 14-game season, you know, inside the bubble, 14-game season with an expanded playoff or something. But you could easily go 8-8-8-8, play each other twice of those teams, and then have a playoff and whatever inside the bubble. The NFL has time to change. They have time to change things. So we will do that. But anyways, Chris, A's and Angels, Bassett and Canning.
I'm gonna take the Angels here. I think the Angels salvaged a split. Canning was pretty good last year, and Bassett's had his issues with the Angels, and the passing is a 6 ERA against him in his career. So I'll take the Angels to get a split.
Rod?
Day game? I'll take Oakland. I like Oakland here to get another win.
Steve?
I'm going to go with Chris. I'm going to go with the Angels. Ohtani yesterday obviously had a disastrous opener, and I think the Angels rebound and get the split too.
Yeah, my favorite part of yesterday's game with the A's and the Angels was so the A's are up 5-0. The Angels got guys on first and second. Fires throws 3 balls kind of just outside the strike zone to Mike Trout. On a 3-0 count, he throws a meatball right down the middle, and Trout just swings as hard as he possibly can. And the ball goes out of the stadium, and then they show all the Mike Trout home runs off of Mike Fires that he's hit in his career, and they're all bombs. It's like, that was pretty cool to see. You know, it's like totally green lighted on the 3-0, and it was just like Trout looked bored. You know, he looked like insulted that Fires would even throw that pitch to him to try and like sneak a strike by him or something. It was like, are you it gave him the "Are you kidding me?" look. You know, right. It was awesome. But I don't know. I think this one's probably goes under the total. I'm going to agree with spread knowledge in this one. Go to our next game, and we've got the Diamondbacks and the Padres. The D-backs getting on the board, getting to that Padres bullpen yesterday to get the win in a low-scoring, scrappy. Yes. This is, you know, these are going to be scrappy games. These are not playing out how you would think. And of course, baseball is a game that levels out over time. It's a game of streaks, and it's a game that numbers play to the back of the card. So it's like we don't have a lot of data to work with. For my system that I use for baseball, as well as like for spread knowledge system, you can see the same thing. It's hard when you don't have these things. Usually for me, it's pretty easy. It's like you see a guy playing way below his numbers of his career. Well, you kind of think he's going to get to his numbers, right? So it's going to be a nice streak. If a guy's playing way above his head, he's batting in the 400s, well, he's probably going to be in for a little bit of a rough stretch coming up. You know, so it's like we don't have that to work with. At the beginning, it's like any sport. Be treading lightly. Luke Weaver on the mound for the D-backs. Of course, they traded America's first baseman to get this guy. And Joey Lucchesi on the mound for the Padres. Chris, what do you think?
I like Arizona here. Again, to get a split from the Padres. Lucchesi 1-5 in his career against the D-backs, and I think Luke Weaver's going to be a bright spot in that rotation. So I'll take Arizona plus 105.
Rod?
I like the under. Give Give me the under in this game.
Steve?
I am on the under here as well with Chris here.
I think that I kind of like. I would have to say I kind of like the. There we go. I kind of like the. I don't know. I kind of like the Diamondbacks here a little bit. It's a lean at best, that's for sure. Anyways, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, please subscribe to our channel. You can tell we're monitoring here. We're at 14,900. We have the we're at that YouTube subscriber level where they only show us in the hundreds. I have the running count here, so I know exactly how many we have. But on the YouTube outward-facing page to the audience and to you guys, I don't call you guys our audience, you're our community. But it's you only see these rounded off numbers. So let's at least get to that 15,000, and then we'll worry about our 10 million after that. Then I'll start here and talking about 16,000, I guess, is when that happens, right? But anyways, Nationals and Blue Jays, Anibal Sanchez resurrected from the dead, and Trent Thornton, who this is one of those guys that throws a pretty flat ball out there that can get knocked around pretty good. Chris, Yard Goats or Nationals?
I'm going to go Nationals here. You took the words right out of my mouth with Trent Thornton. I watched him pitch quite a bit last year, and
It's like one of those flat, straight balls, right? Kind of like where it's like he throws it. It is kind of like a pitching machine, right? It's like
yeah, the amount of balls I watched Trent Thornton throw last year at left the park is not good. So I'll take Washington here.
Rod?
Yeah, I'm going to lean Washington as well. Sanchez's last two starts here at home last year, he sporting a 1.29 ERA. I think the Nationals get a win. They haven't won anywhere either. They're just chilling at home, playing games. Blue Jays had to come from Tampa up the coast to Washington here, and no, give me Washington.
Yeah. So someone's asking for our best bets for today, Ray Kimbrell. Our best bets are always in the premium area. So I believe Rod and Chris have, and I know I have, we put our best bets in the premium area. So you can go to our website, click on the premium picks tab, and that's where you can get our best bets. Those are the plays that I like the best. I give out tons and tons of free picks, but the games that I'm playing, the ones I'm definitely playing, the ones that I like the very best, those are the ones that I put in the premium area. We just try and go over every game. We give you an opinion. Doesn't mean we're rushing to the window to bet it. I mean, people on YouTube think I give out a pick on a video. It means it's like I bet my life savings on it. No, it means I'm giving you a pick. Anyways, Reds against the Cubs. I've talked about this game a lot on YouTube already. Got Wade Miley on the mound, the lefty, up against John Lester. Let's mix it up a little bit. Rod, what do you think here? Frozen. Steve?
I'm not going to go with the Reds here with Miley. The Reds are still home. John Lester on the road. I'm not going to like that. It's his first start. So I'm going to take the Reds here. I think a lot of runs will be scored today in this game. I like the over as well.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Reds as well. I'm not a fan of John Lester on the road in Great American Ballpark.
Yeah, he has been up and down on the road for sure. Hopefully Rod unfreezes for a second, and comes back with us. But he will be at some point. We know that. But yeah, I like the Reds in this one. I can't stand John Lester to begin with. So makes it easy. Hey, I hate the Red Sox enough to bet Wade LeBlanc, right? So sometimes it works out for me. Anyways, now we lost Rod altogether. Wow, that was bad. So now we have our frame up and just us. Let's see. Hold on. There we go. There he is. We've got Rod back. Thank you. Anyways, pay no attention to the man behind the curtain. Got the Rays and the Braves. The Braves coming from that game in New York, and Mike Foltowitz on the mound up against Tyler Glasnow. Rod, what do you think of this one?
Yeah, but I would lean Braves here.
And we got an idiot on our YouTube channel that thinks he's a doctor. Got a moron. Anyways, Steve.
Yeah, I'm like the Braves here. I think the Braves are revving up their machine, especially scoring 14 runs yesterday. We know how talented they are. I think they start rolling, and I'm going to take the Braves here.
I really like Glass now. I love the way this guy pitches. When they traded for him, I really thought that he was a bum, and now I see why they got him. This guy throws some serious stuff. He is.
Yeah, he can deal. No
he
question.
can deal, man. He's a sub-2 ERA guy. I think this is the long shot guy for a Cy Young, to be honest with you. Anyways, we got the Pirates up against the Brewers. Chris, did you give your pick on that one?
No, I did not.
Oh, go ahead.
I have a premium pick on the total in that game, but it's on Sports Chat Plays and Pick Dogs in the premium area. But for this game, for the side, I lean Tampa Bay here. Atlanta had to travel from New York, playing Sunday night baseball. I think there's going to be some tired legs and tired arms in there, so I'll take Tampa Bay.
How about Pittsburgh and Milwaukee? We got our friend Steven Brault's on the mound up against Adrian Hauser. Pirates grabbing a win in St. Louis yesterday, finally, while the Brewers also 1-2. Didn't really go their way at Wrigley. What do you think?
Yeah, I like the over here. I think there's going to be some runs on the board, so I'll take the over 9.5.
Steve?
Yeah, I'm with Chris. Definitely the over. I think a lot of runs will be scored here. So, a lot of runs.
Rod?
Yeah, I like the over as well, and I'll lean the Brewers.
Yeah, Brault was 1-6 in his last 7 last season. He had a 5.16 ERA overall. I think the Brewers probably a little frustrated coming out of Chicago. I think this one could be 15-0. Anyways,
They're going to take a bit of frustration out on the Pirates.
Yeah, Steven Brault is just, he just some of these pitchers these days, they just offer little resistance, but some guys that do offer some resistance, the guys that can really bring it. This is the game to watch if you want to talk about who we're going to be betting at -200 next year and the year after that and the year after that. You got the Indians against the White Sox and Savali up against Dylan Cease, and the future is now. This is for me, this is the most interesting game of the day, and because Cease and Savali. So Savali we've already seen, can do it. Cease, it's been all talk and little action. Chris, speaking of a lot of talk, little action, what do you like here?
Easy. And for that reason, I'm on Cleveland today. You're right, Savali's he's shown the stuff early on. He had a sub-3 ERA last season. Cease got roughed up a little bit. Until I see it from Cease, I'm gonna roll with Cleveland here, especially with the low price.
What we've seen from
125.
What we've seen from Cease is that when he can get into those higher pitch counts, he can rack up those strikeout numbers, which is what he's expected to do. But the problem is he gets into those higher pitch counts. He's in the 6th inning. He's at 114, 108. I'm looking at his numbers from last year. It's he's in the 6th inning, 100 and let's see, pitches. Where did it go? He's got 104 in 6 innings, 106 in 5 innings, 106 in 6.2. 95 and 6, 95 and 5, 98 and 6, 98 and 6. So he's, the problem is he walks a lot of guys. He walked 5 in his first 2 starts. But I'll tell you what, man, we did start to see those strikeout numbers. He had 11 strikeouts in one game, 8 in another, 9 in another. It's going to be fun to watch. He's going to get better. Steve, did you say this one already? I missed it.
Yeah.
Rod?
For me, I think I'm gonna take a shot with the White Sox here. Give me Dylan Cease to have pitch a good game, and they'll get a win.
Well, I'm all in on the Indians here. The fact that they're home.
Those are the games that the White Sox win. Is at places like Cleveland. I'm going to take Cease and the White Sox. I'm excited to see him, to be honest with you, and see what he's got this season. I think that he is, when you talk about, when you talk about just slaughtering the Cubs in a trade, and it always brings a smile to my face, and this is one of my favorites. The Quintana for Eloy Jimenez and Dylan Cease. Right? This is the payoff. Is here.
This was number 4 on my best bets of the day. It just didn't quite make the cut.
So Michael Fulmer's pitching today for the Tigers. He used to be really good. He's one of those guys. He used to be good. It's like, weren't you? Didn't you used to be famous? Type people. It's like I have a friend that always says that to people. It's like, didn't you used to be famous? So speaking of used to be famous, Ruffalo, Fulmer, Montgomery. We got the Tigers and the Royals, and I have to say, even though the Royals were 1-2 in Cleveland, I thought they played pretty respectfully. Getting the 1 win, and the Tigers getting 2 wins in Cincinnati. Look out.
You definitely didn't predict that.
No. At big money. If you bet the Tigers, I'm gonna guess on. I haven't looked at the money yet, but I'm gonna guess the Tigers were the big money of the weekend.
I believe so. Now for this game, I'm gonna take a shot with Kansas City. Montgomery in 2 starts last year against the Tigers only gave up 1 run over almost 13 innings. I think he can hold the Tigers in check. And I don't know what to expect from Fulmer in his first year back from Tommy John, so I'll take a shot with the Royals.
It's so weird. And Fulmer, you look at 2018, it's 3-12 and 4.69. It was like, was he injured the whole way, or was he just,
Yeah.
Did he become the guy that couldn't find the plate? Steve?
Actually, I'm all in on Fulmer. I think the fact that he sat out and his arm is better. Tigers are home. I think Fulmer throws a real good game, and I'm going to take the Tigers here.
I think the Mets always draft good pitchers. If you can get a Mets drafted pitcher, you're probably doing okay. So Fulmer, he does have that going for him. Rod, the lefty Montgomery against Fulmer.
For me, I got a premium pick on the side in this game. I'll give you what I like in the total. I like this game to go under the number. Give me the under in this game.
Yep, Max Kellerman is a whining bitch. Anyways, speaking of whining bitches,
do we have his number? Can we call him up and call him a whining bitch?
He believe me, he wouldn't take our call. At least Commissioner Manfred pretends like he's gonna call us back. It's like these guys. Commissioner Manfred, we love your idea. We'll get right back to you. It's like I always have ideas for Commissioner Manfred. It's like if you just have
the phone was ringing.
2 day games every day of the week. The days where you don't have day games. Each team would only have to have 2 day games throughout the summer when it's just baseball. You have a noon start. You have a 4 p.m. Eastern time start. Then your regular schedule at night. Most teams only have to do it twice. You split the revenue from the Major League Baseball now. It's like, we'll get right back to you. Love the idea. Love it. Hold that thought. I don't love this Tigers-Royals game. I'm going to guess we're going to see a lot of runs. Both these teams are swinging. I always like that Detroit stadium. I think it's just, I like the old stadium. I like the new stadium. I like the Tigers.
The old stadium, man. You should remember some of those home runs at the old stadium.
Oh, man. That's center
Reggie
field,
Jackson
right?
Hitting the light tower.
Oh, yeah. The old stadium was awesome. The Astros look to bounce back from losing to the Mariners. And the thing about that one against the Mariners, the Astros did come back on them yesterday. And the Mariners said, no way, Jose. We're going. We're going to win this one. So what they do is since they have the intimidation factor going, they go with Kendall Graveman today up against Josh James with Justin Verlander potentially gone for the season, and it becomes that whole number 1 becomes number 2, and number 2 becomes number 1 thing that I talk about all the time. And with Garrett Cole gone from the rotation, now you really have lost a big thing. But the thing about the Astros is they just score just a crap ton of runs.
That's right.
Chris, talk softly, carry a big stick. What do you think?
I try to. I like Houston. I like the over in this game between Seattle and Houston. We've seen big runs scored in the first 3 games. Why not go for a fourth? So I'll take over 9.
Steve?
Yeah, a ton of runs. The Astros are going to score today, and the Mariners probably as well. Because again, like you said, they're in the spot of the rotation where this is where a lot of runs are scored, and with the bats that Houston has, I love the over here.
Rod?
I'm going to go with give me Houston -2.5 at +115.
I like the under in this one. I think both these teams just want to get the hell out of there. Sick of playing each other already. Oh, I love this one. We got the Mets against the Red Sox at Fenway Park. Josh Osich, as we see the deterioration of the Red Sox pitching staff, really, we saw it, when Wade LeBlanc does a number on you, things are not looking good. And the Orioles could have also been, the Orioles, the Marlins, and the Tigers had to be the big payers of the weekend. Had to be. And I'm going to guess it was the Orioles and the Tigers, though, that were the real big payers. Josh Osich on the mound for the Sox. Michael Wacha making his first start as a member of the New York Mets. Chris, both these teams 1 and 2. Of course, they played each other in the '86 World Series.
Yeah, I'm still going to side with the over here as well. That pitching matchup screams 15 runs to me, so I'll take the over 11 here.
You gotta love relievers turn starters, man. Number 0. Josh Osich.
Oh, followed by,
is he still number 0? No, he's number 35. He was number 0 for the White Sox. He was coming in. Number 0. Josh Osich. Who? We got Osich? There's an Osich on our team?
Who the hell is that?
It's like you ever at the game when they announce the players like, who? I'm always do that. It's like my wife that's always with me, and she has no idea, She's like, she looks at me like, I have no idea what you're talking about. It's like, I finished my pretzel in the second inning. I'm ready to go whenever you are. It's like, my wife, once the pretzel's gone, she wants out of the game. It's like, I'll get you one of those frozen chocolate things that's not really ice cream. I'm not really sure what the hell it is, right? I've never seen them anywhere outside of baseball stadium. It's like they call it a chocolate malt or something, right? And it's like this, it's kind of like a thing that Wendy sells, whatever they're called. And it's like this
Frosty?
Yeah, it's like this rock solid. I mean, it is like solid as a rock. In like one of those cups, and you pull up, and they give you like the wooden...
A wooden spoon.
Kind of chip away at it, and then like by the time you're like at the very bottom, it's finally soft. It's like, we've all had one. Chris,
Yeah.
they also do the same thing and call it an Italian ice.
That's right.
Always lemon. They're always lemon. Sorry, we only have lemon. Finally, they changed the name to a frozen lemonade. Because it's like, I think someone was offended by the Italian ice. That they, it was like, that's not Italian ice. It's like, I'm offended that you call this crap Italian ice.
Yeah.
It was like, I went to a party, right? And it was a Hawaiian themed party. They said they had shave ice. They had mango flavored and tropical flavored Italian ice and called it shave ice. It was like, that's not shave ice. Just call it what it is. Mango Italian ice. It's like, it is what it is. And, let's just say, not invited back. Imagine that. Chris? You went on this one already?
I went on the over, yeah.
Steve?
I'm with the over as well. Mets only scored 1 run yesterday. I think, again, you're talking about the pitching matchup today. I think a lot of runs
Get DeGrom to pitch every 4 days.
Right?
Who's the pitcher that wants to pitch every 4 days? There's one guy out there saying, I'm pitching every 4 days. I don't care.
Yeah, I seen that.
I saw. I forget who it is.
I read something. He's like, I want to go every 4 days.
He's like, I'm going every. He's not saying I
Yeah,
want to
and
go
he's
every 4
like,
days. He said,
going.
I'm going
Yeah,
every
that's what
4
he-
days.
Yeah, he said, I know. I read something on that. And he was like, I'm going.
Yeah, we all have ESPN. We know the 2 games were canceled already. We all have ESPN and ESPN.com. So we know that. We're not a news station. We don't pretend to be. Rod, who do you like here?
I'm going to go with the Mets. Give me the Mets here on the run line. Met minus 1.5, plus 130.
Yeah, I love betting against the Red
Win by a
Sox.
couple.
It's just such a good strategy. It pays for all this crap, you know? So, I mean, it's like, my wife wants an infinity pool. I got to take the Mets. That's it for today for baseball with the 2 cancellations. Of course, I got videos on these as well. We have premium picks. One of my premium picks was on the Yankees, so that game is canceled. It's postponed. It's be graded as a push, except for Rod will count his as a loss if he had the Yankees. Just so we get a little banter going in our Slack group. Rod thought we ripped him off of units. It's like, no, there was an early game last Monday, so it's fallen off in the last 7 days. Damn it.
That's what I thought happened. I was
That's
like,
all
what
right.
was the push? I should have been losing units on this Yankees game. It was a push. They canceled the game.
If these guys would only join a food eating contest, who's to say they haven't? I mean, who says they haven't? That's what I gotta say. Oh, it's Bauer that wants to pitch every 4.
Bauer.
Yeah, Trevor Bauer, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he didn't win yesterday. I called him Corbin. Did he pitch Saturday or he pitched yesterday? I think it might have been.
I think it was Saturday.
I think it was yesterday.
Corbin
I think it was yesterday.
Wasn't it?
Yeah,
Yesterday.
I called him. I called Bauer Corbin in the video, and I even wrote his name in on the thing. Corbin. It's Bauer. I know. I just like saying it. Lakers taking on the Washington Wizards. Lakers 9-point favorites in this thing. It opened at 8.5. I'm going to guess that means that someone's playing and someone's going to play more than we thought they were. I don't care. I'm taking the Wizards. Chris?
Yeah, I'm gonna hop on the Lakers here.
Of course you
The
are.
Wizards hung around, but I don't like the
Of course you are.
Wizards, so I'll take the
It's
Lakers.
okay. Yeah, we knew you were. We just asked you for the hell of it. We knew you were taking the Lakers. It's like, who was it you took the other day? I mean, it was just like a ridiculous one. It was like,
Well, the Mavericks.
yeah. It's like, why? You know, I think it was one yesterday.
Yeah, it was yesterday.
Yeah.
What happened in that game?
Did you take the Sixers
Yeah,
too?
No, I took the Thunder.
All right.
Yeah, we all had the Thunder, I think. Yesterday.
I don't think we did too
Yeah.
well yesterday. Yeah, Anthony Davis isn't playing in the scrimmage game when they're playing for an NBA title this season. Gee, when they're 8 games away from the playoffs and an eight regular season games away from the playoffs, and thinking NBA title, Anthony Davis isn't going to play in a scrimmage. I'm shocked. Speaking of guys that don't play in scrimmage, we got the Clippers up against the Kings. I like the Kings because they don't do a lot of passing and they do a lot of shooting. I just think it's a great strategy. Just keep throwing the ball at the hoop and hope that it goes in. And if we get enough through the hoop, we're going to score points. And that's the idea of the game. So I'm gonna. It's like, sometimes it wins, sometimes it loses, sometimes it rains. I'll take the Kings. Chris.
Yeah, I'll take the Kings as well. I like how the Clippers looked last time out, and I think the Clippers can hang here.
Chris had the Tigers yesterday.
Those are the Kings.
Chris did have the Tigers yesterday. I had the Orioles on the show. And I even said wait LeBlanc. Rod? Clippers Kings.
Yeah, give me the Kings here.
Kings were 7-3 when the season ended, when it stopped. In their last 10. Steve?
Yeah, I'm all in on the Kings as well. Unanimous.
I gotta say the Kings were monsters at covering spreads on the road this season. So with all the games on the road, they were the monsters. Always a lot of value on the Kings. We're getting 5 points here. They opened getting 6. The Clippers probably announced that the Water Boy and his friends are going to play. Got the Brooklyn Nets up against the Utah Jazz. I almost took the Nets in my video, and if you watch the video, you'll see where it's like I'm trying so hard to take the Nets in the video, and I just can't even do it. Finally, I say I'm just gonna take the Jazz, and that's exactly what I'm thinking. They're 6.5 point favorites here. I just can't stand the Nets. I just can't stand them. Chris, can you stand the Nets?
No, I'm on the Jazz here as well.
Steve,
Well, I'll stand the Nets. Give me the Nets plus 6.5.
it's a big number for the Jazz to
jumped all
cover. It is.
That's too much for the Jazz.
It is big for
Way
the
too
Jazz.
much. Yeah, and actually the Nets look pretty good, blowing the snot right out of San Antonio. The Spurs got rocked. That's a team it's the fade the whole way. There's more than players not playing. DeRozan doesn't want to be there. He wants out of there. That's a team that wants to lose and get the heck out of the bubble.
My best MLB picks can be found at the premium area, and I believe Rod and Chris's can be found there as well. Always, those are the we go over every game. We get picks in every game, but those are the games that we absolutely like the best, and we put those as my premium picks. I say that in the videos. I say it every day. I've been saying it for 15 years or so, 14 years. It'll be. Yeah, July was 14 years, so July 1st was 14 years. So, yeah, I've been saying that for 14 years. So eventually, but I'm not saying you've been here for 14 years. I'm just saying I've been saying it for 14 years. Nuggets up against the Magic. Magic are home, but on the road. The Nuggets, another team, thinking possible NBA championship. I think, the Nuggets were a team that I thought at the beginning of the season that playoff upsets are rare in the NBA. It's rare. Like last year we saw the Raptors take out the Bucks, and that's about, it's pretty rare that the team that's not the higher team, and that's the whole idea of a 7-game series. It's very, very hard to pull the upset over a 7-game series. Brian Kelly, who, I can't believe I'm quoting a Notre Dame coach here, said, when he was head coach of Cincinnati, he was like, do you think you could compete against Alabama or whatever? He's like, maybe for one game. If it was just one game, we could probably do it. But over the course of a season, I don't think we would stack up against the SEC with the roster that we have. And I think, that's the whole idea of the NBA playoffs, the NHL playoffs, which I think the NHL playoffs just go for so many games because the games are so good and everybody wants to see them. I think that's just different, right? But, with the NBA, the better teams usually end up winning, and the Nuggets are a really good team. I mean, they don't get the ink that some of these other teams get, but they are really, really good. 43-22, they got some stars. They got the Joker. So, Chris, what do you think? Nuggets and the Magic. Magic getting 3.5 here. Opened as 4-point dogs. I like the Magic here as much as I like the Nuggets. I think the Nuggets are playing for something bigger than this, so it's hard for them to put it all into this. Especially, you don't want to risk injuries 3 days before the season starts.
Yeah, exactly. And we mentioned all the younger teams that the bubble's probably going to be good for. I think the Magic are another one of those teams that it's going to give them experience. It's going to give them the chance to sort of get accustomed to this playoff type format. But I'm going to take the Magic as well. Plus 3.5.
How about normally the advantages of outside of seeding in the playoffs of winning games is that home court advantage. Kind of wiped out this season, right? Not kind of. It is wiped out this season. Steve?
Yeah, I mean, I love your point that we're only a couple days away from the start of the regular season. I don't see the Nuggets putting the gas, foot on the gas. I'll take the Magic here. I think this is a safe play.
Steve?
I like that as well. Give me the Magic on the money line, plus 120.
Bucks Pelicans line is down from 7 to 5.5. I'm going to guess that means someone's not playing, but. The Bucks 53-12, but the thing is that they're a team that's playing for something else too. But man, they have really looked good in these scrimmage games. I like the Bucks here. Chris?
Yeah, I'm on the Bucks as well. I was looking at the total, but it still seems a little bit high. So I'll take the Bucks here. -5.5.
So tomorrow there's 6. I'm just going through the schedule. So tomorrow there's 6 NBA scrimmage games. There's none on Wednesday. And then the regular season restart with the Pelicans, Jazz, and then the Lakers, Clippers. And then Friday, just 6 games. Is that going to be like pretty much the way the NBA schedule is going to look? Yeah, 5 and 6 games a day is what it's basically shaping up to be. I love the way they do it though. Starting at 2 in the afternoon, and last game starts at 9 at night. This is what I tried to tell Manfred, and he is going to call me back.
I love the Bucks. I'm taking the Bucks here all day long.
And
Bring the Pelicans, plus the points.
I'm on the Bucks in this one. All right, so we've covered all of this stuff. I kind of went off on the. I kind of wanted to go off on the. I kind of already went off about my opinion on the Corona and all of that stuff. Chris, what do you think about the current situation here and Max Kellerman in particular?
Yeah, I think even if we made the phone call to Max Kellerman, he'd whine that the phone was ringing. So some people just need to have their.
Who in the hell's calling during MacGyver?
Some people just need to sort of. I know.
Is that what it was? It wasn't MacGyver. It was something else during from Wolf of Wall Street. Rob Reiner on the phone. It's like, oh God, what show was it? I can't remember. It was funny though.
I can't.
Yeah, but no, I just think Max Kellerman's another person we need to tell to shut up. That's all it is.
Steve, what do you think?
Stick to boxing, Max. So stick to boxing.
Rod,
He can be a whiner. He can be a whiner. There's no question. And obviously, his commentary about this was not good. Not a good look for Max. Shut up, Max.
Rod?
Yeah, exactly. He should do something. He should have not opened his mouth about that and made himself look like an idiot. Insert foot here.
Is there anything worse than getting an email that says thanks in advance? I really hate the thanks in advance. Really, I really, it's just so presumptuous. Thanks in advance. It's like, I hate the thanks in advance. Like when people send me, like something that doesn't say thanks in advance, but it's almost like a thanks in advance. We'll get back to you. We appreciate all of your cooperation with this thing. I'm like, did you just thanks in advance me? Is that what just happened here? You guys know I don't go for the thanks in advance. You know how I feel about thanks in advance.
Thanks in advance. The office of Commissioner Manfred.
It's like, thank you for your patience. Patience. Wow, that's a new one. Patience. Tell our tech guys that Commissioner Manfred said I was patient. Anyways, hopefully, we get through this and hopefully cooler heads prevail. Regardless, we're going to have NBA basketball, I believe, no matter what. We're going to have NHL. Tomorrow starts scrimmage, Rod?
Yeah, the scrimmages start tomorrow.
Chris, what's your opinion on the scrimmage?
Hey.
So we'll do. So starting tomorrow, we'll do NHL picks. We got the Penguins, Flyers, got the Canadian matchup of Montreal, Toronto, and then Calgary, Edmonton. So battle. We got 2 Pennsylvania teams and 4 Canadian teams going at it. Wednesday, we've got 6 games. Yeah, we got plenty to talk about here. We're in the bubble, baby. We're in the bubble. And then Saturday, August 1st, we got 5 games in the NHL. Obviously got my memo to Commissioner Manfred. Starting games at noon. 5 games. That's all you need. Ending at 10:30. Where did we get this? Where did I get this brilliant idea? All right, I'll fess up. I did not come up with it myself, okay? See, on New Year's Day in college football, they start the games at about 11 o'clock in the morning. They used to go all night, spread them out, and they had a couple in each time slot. Now they really, watered it
Pack it
down.
in.
But I'm telling you, one of the greatest days of the year. It could be New Year's Day every single day. Anyways, thanks everyone for joining us. Any bird cages, any thing like that. If you bought my package today, let me know. I'm gonna take. I had that Yankees game in there, so I'm gonna take down that pick. I'm gonna add another pick to my 3-pack. So just send me an email, Mitch at sportschatplace.com or Mitch at pickdogs.com. I'll just tell you what the other pick is, and you'll get. So you'll have 3 picks for me, and if whatever, we'll figure it out. But Rod, any of these?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this big one a go in the NBA. Give me the Kings money line, the Nets money line, and the Magic money line. Parlay those up, you got a nice plus 1,700. I'm gonna give that a go in the NBA today.
Todd Bowles letting us know that 14 members of the Marlins tested positive. Did you guys know that?
Had a feeling.
Yeah.
Kind of had a little inkling something like that was going on.
Yeah, it's, I don't know, we've been on the air for 51 minutes and 7 seconds, and it's the first I've heard of it. Weird. It's weird because it's like I read ESPN's website every day. I watch ESPN sometimes before I get on the show. Sometimes I watch CNBC. Sometimes I don't watch anything at all, but it's weird. I didn't hear a peep about that from anyone, especially because if there's someone that would have mentioned it, I would have thought it was going to be Max Kellerman, because he's normally the guy that, he loves to talk about what he would have done, after the thing's already happened, what I would have done, it's like, I mean, what a turd. I just don't even know what to say. And the thing is, on boxing, for covering the actual boxing fights, he's good. But it's like they've given him too much rope, and now he's got to go. Ruffalo, you're staying. What about the birdcage?
I'll throw an MLB one out. Go all money line: Cleveland, Kansas City, Cincinnati.
White Sox, Mets, Braves. Birdcage.
Astros, Braves, Mets, all on the over.
All right, I got nothing. I already gave a parlay out on the website, and I kind of talked out. I didn't put together a birdcage here, but you guys got some picks. Anyways, if anyone talks to Max, let him know I hate his guts, and pretty much, I just don't even understand it, man. It's like what? How is it productive in any way to come up with a solution after it's already too late? All right. Have a great day. I'll talk to you guys later.
Boy.